Hey everybody, this is Nina Gervasi with Cary Area Real Estate, brokered by eXp. And today I bring to you Lisa Best, who is with Armadillo Home Warranties. And she's going to explain all the things that you've been wondering about home warranties because so many people have a lot of misconceptions or just really don't understand what they're all about. So welcome, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Nina. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself so everybody knows a little bit about you and a little bit about Armadillo Home Warranties as well.
Okay, perfect. Wow. So my whole career has really been about real estate. I got my real estate license 30 years ago and did general brokerage and new home sales and then deep dive housing data for the Triangle, North Carolina area.
Pretty
And then for
cool.
the last 10 years, I've been in home warranty because even as an agent, I was a huge believer in it. And so I'm
Mm.
proud to be with Armadillo now, helping realtors.
Yeah, I think that this is just a big gap in the whole real estate process. I just got done with a new construction home orientation walk today. And of course, everybody expects a warranty with new construction. And so that's just one of the things that they're like, what do you mean? What is this all about? So what exactly is a home warranty? What does that mean?
A home warranty is a warranty for a home. It could be a home that you're moving into, but it's normally an existing home.
Okay.
So new to the home buyer, or it could be for a home buyer that's been living in their home for a while. It's basically a cost mitigator for unexpected costs for
Mm.
your systems and appliances in your home. So if your HVAC system goes awry, or if your water heater explodes, those are really expensive, unexpected costs that a homeowner has to endure that painful, painful cost. A home warranty comes along and tries to mitigate some of those costs for them on those unexpected repairs.
Okay, so I heard a couple different things in there. Sounds like if you are a current homeowner, right,
Hmm.
you just want to protect yourself. Does that mean I'm living in the house a few years and I can add a home warranty on at any point? Or is it only when you're new to the home and buying the home from somebody?
Both. It's
Oh,
both.
okay. So
Hmm.
that's good to know. So if I've
Hmm.
been in my house, for example, like 13 years, then I can go ahead and get a home warranty and it's still okay. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, correct.
Awesome. Well, I know when there are real estate transactions, sometimes sellers talk about home warranties. So what is it? I think there's two parts for it for sellers. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. It's a great point. So, when a seller is ready to sell their home,
Mhm.
the thing about them is they're already emotionally left that home. They are ready to move and go to their next destination.
Sometimes.
They definitely don't. Yeah, yes, they do. They don't normally want anything to happen to that home while they're in it and
Right.
trying to move to the next area of their life. So, a home warranty is very essential to make sure that as they're moving, getting ready to move, that their home's protected. So
Mhm.
we cover the seller while it's in listing period,
Okay.
and then it's an easy transition for that seller then to offer the home buyer coming in a home warranty that will take place and be in effect for the day of closing for a period of a year.
So is
So
it that the seller is maybe just purchasing a temporary, let's say, coverage for while they're listed and selling, or is it always going to be a 1 year coverage that they must purchase and then transfer to the buyer?
well, the good news is with the armadillo, we understand that things happen when they sell and that that's an important period to cover.
Mhm.
So if the seller is offering their incoming potential buyer a warranty, we cover the seller complimentary.
Wow. Okay. So as a seller, I could say, hey, I understand that you're buying a used home, right? That's what a resale home is. I will
Correct.
give you a warranty, and so I will pay for that, but then it covers the period in which they are selling as well. Is that correct?
Right.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yes.
and really important to note for any of my buyers coming in from other states, if you watched my other videos, you know that a seller in North Carolina does not need to make any repairs at all. They are all negotiations and not obligations. However, there are certain things in there that says like if from the day of contract, when you've signed that paperwork to the day of closing, the home must be in like or better condition as when you sign the contract. So if there is a water leak or there is a major malfunction that like with your dishwasher has leaked all over and ruined the floors and whatever else, right? You want to make sure that that kind of thing is covered because that is something that a seller must repair. So here's a
Correct.
perfect example of why having a home warranty as a home seller can be really crucial to protecting you during that time period, just in case things happen,
Exactly. So
just
smart.
in case. So what are some of the things that the home warranties cover?
Great question. So the systems include water heater,
Okay.
HVAC, plumbing issues, and electrical issues.
Okay.
So those are covered. And then for appliances, it's your typical kitchen appliances and then washer dryer. So it would be refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher,
Mhm.
stove, oven, and then washer dryer.
Okay. So are there different levels then? It sounds like of protection when you're going for a home warranty.
There are, and we tried to cover all budgets. So we begin at 450
Okay.
and we can go all the way up to 1300 depending on what you want to cover. In the 1300 range, typically people have Viking or Wolf appliances.
Right.
They're
That's what I was
expensive
going to ask.
too. Yes,
Yeah, if the different levels of appliances may require a different level of warranty and that sort of thing.
correct. Yes, correct.
Yeah. And so you basically, it's not necessarily like a pick and choose, it's a package type of thing when you select a home warranty.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome. So how is it that a home warranty is paid for?
So if it's an existing homeowner that's lived in their home for a few years and then they just want to get a home warranty
Mhm.
to take place in their home, then typically they'll pay monthly.
Oh, okay.
There'll be a 30-day wait and then it will start and then they can pay monthly. For a
Okay.
real estate closing, someone that's new to the house, it's typically paid in full for the first year.
Mhm.
And a lot of times the seller is covering that, so it'll be paid at closing.
Okay.
If it's not, the buyer oftentimes will pay for it themselves, but they'll still pay at closing. And
Okay.
then once they've completed a year, they too can go month to month and renew
Well,
and pay monthly.
that makes it really easy. So one of the, I think, misconceptions is, and perhaps we need to help people understand is, hey, I have this warranty, so it's not going to cost me anything if I
Right.
need a repair. So if let's say that dishwasher goes, for example, right?
Yes.
What are the steps that are taken and who do we have to use or not necessitate who we use? Tell us more about that process.
Okay, that's a great point. Um, for let's say the dishwasher goes out and you're not exactly sure what it is. With Armadillo, you don't have to use a set group of contractors that the warranty company requires. We allow you to use your own contractor. A
Awesome.
lot of times, as a realtor, you have great resources for that. So it just makes you even a greater resource because you will be able to tell your homeowner, oh, I always use this company. And then they can use that company, which is great. Um, so they will order warranty on their portal, their Armadillo portal that they've set up.
Awesome.
They will say, I'm going to use my own contractor. They will then get that contractor. Contractor will come in. There is a there is a maximum shelf. So like if they come in and they've decided, okay, well, it's just this part of the motor, it's going to
Right.
be $300. The
Okay.
homeowner can pay that right up front and then send us the invoice. And then we will reimburse them by check, Venmo, or PayPal to try to be very nimble in returning those funds to them. If it's a big issue, maybe it's the whole dishwasher, then they
Times.
will send that estimate in, just like they would send the invoice. And
Okay.
then we will review it and
Okay.
get the
Before
model
getting
number,
any of
serial
that work done.
number, and then be back.
I want everybody who's watching this to really understand how unique this is because a lot of warranty companies have just a list of a few people that you can use. And what if it's a weekend? And what if it's like after hours or whatever? And it's a thing like no heat when it's going to be in the teens this weekend type of situation. You want somebody who's going to be able to come out right away and restore service to your HVAC or whatever the case may be. And what's nice about Armadillo is that you can have anybody come in. You're not forced to use one. I've heard people have home warranty situations where they say, oh, I got somebody to come in, but my home warranty now won't cover them because it wasn't whatever company, that type of thing. So nice
That's
to know that
true.
Armadillo
And I've
gives
worked
you
for some
that.
companies like that, where I've had to say it's not an emergency service.
Yep.
And
Well,
I felt terrible about that. But on the same, I didn't want them to be able to like just call someone and get it taken care of and then not be covered. I wanted to tell them it's not an emergency service. You have to go through the home warranty company. But in this case, you just have to let the home warranty company know. And then if it is an emergency, you can have it taken care of, which is a big relief.
so, all right. So we've touched on one of the great things that makes Armadillo different. So I'm going to let you tell us more specifically about what makes Armadillo stand out from the other warranty companies, because I know it's very different, but I want everybody to hear it from you.
Okay, thank you. Well, having worked for other warranty companies, because I am a big believer, it's very different. It's actually what brought me on board with Armadillo is that it does do things so differently. In addition to allowing you to use your own contractor, they came on board and said, well, you know what, we can do this space differently. And the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to eliminate a lot of those exclusions. So they've gotten rid of 80% of the exclusions, which is huge.
Yeah.
So in other words, it used to be that you would call your warranty company and you'd say, my ice maker is broken on my refrigerator. And they would say, well, the refrigerator is covered, but the ice maker isn't. Right? The
That's part
dishwasher
of
is
it.
covered, but this part isn't covered. And that was really frustrating because no one reads those multi-page contracts. So you just know that when you have a breakdown, you have a warranty to cover it. And then when you call and it's not covered or it's an exclusion, it's very frustrating.
Mhm.
And so Armadillo said, that's enough with that.
Good.
We don't do that. So we have a couple paragraphs of exclusions. And other than that, we take care of it.
That is so phenomenal because it's true. You'll hear somebody say, I needed my home warranty company, and they said no because it's excluded, or it's a very frustrating thing for people. So it's
Very.
fantastic that A, you can choose who it is that you want to go through, and then B, the exclusions list is a lot smaller compared to other companies. If there was any advice that you wanted to give, first, let's separate this, right? To home sellers about home warranties, what would that be?
Mm. I would say make sure you have one on your home during the listing period. I've had so many instances and great ones where the homeowner had coverage
Yeah,
during the listing and the HVAC went out or the water heater.
always.
Uh, I just had one actually. I just had one in Clayton where the water heater went out during the listing and we were able to help with that. So that is just, I would say definitely have a home warranty because things will happen. The worst stories I get are when they don't have coverage and something happens and it delays everything. It makes the buyer uncomfortable. It makes the seller uncomfortable because now they have to come out of pocket for a home that they are ready to go and leave.
Yeah.
It's just not a good situation. So it's just so much better to mitigate that. And if you're going to go ahead and offer the buyer a warranty and you're covered, why wouldn't you do that?
You mentioned something, I asked it before, but didn't go into detail about it, which we should now. A lot of times they think if I have a warranty, it's not going to cost me anything. So what are the costs involved if they have to call for service?
Good question. So a service call is $100.
Okay.
So that goes straight to the contractor, whether it's yours or ours. Typically it's yours. And that $100 just gets deducted off of whatever we reimburse.
Okay.
So that's also easy. You don't have to pay that. Well, you'll pay that with your fee, but you don't have to worry about taking care of that separately. Um, and then the only other costs that you'll have are um whatever is over and above the maximum. Let's say you went with our 550 coverage and we give you $3,000 toward water heater and
Okay.
you need a jumbo tankless special water heater that fits in a very small space that's custom
Right.
and
The
it's
under the crawl space,
$3,500. Yeah.
enormous drums that we see.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If that exceeds that amount, then obviously you would pay the difference
Okay.
between that.
Okay.
Those are really the only major costs.
When the service provider that we've chosen, for example, tries to charge more than the $100, is there any kind of a discrepancy? Like, how does that all work out?
No, we just We just do the $100.
Okay.
We just do it right off the board.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about for home buyers, right? Like best advice if it is after hours or whatever the case, or holiday. Today happens to be, we're recording this on a holiday. Sometimes offices are closed. What kind of advice would you give to home buyers if they have to go through the process?
I think that what makes also Armadillo so nimble is that almost everything is automated. So it's online. So even on a day like today where it's a holiday, you can go onto your portal. You can say, I've got a dishwasher leak and I'm going to get my own contractor. You just need to let us know. So you're going to let us know and then you're going to call whoever's available today.
So.
Yeah,
Well, Lisa, I know that a lot of people are going to benefit a lot from this video that we've done here together. Just a lot of confusion about should I get a home warranty? Shouldn't I get it? Why are so many things excluded? And now we know that list is a lot smaller with Armadillo. They can use whatever provider it is that they want and be reimbursed for it. That if, for example, they do need to replace the entire HVAC, to submit it first for approval and review before going ahead and doing it. Am I missing anything?
Mm. The only other thing I think I didn't mention is we also give military a 10% discount.
Right.
So if you have a military family, then they will get a discount, which we're proud to honor.
Yeah, absolutely. We are very grateful for our military, so and everything that they do for us. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
For
you.
everybody, yeah, and for everybody who's out there, I'm going to include Lisa's information in the description below the video. I do a lot of these videos across YouTube where my goal is to help educate you, the buyers and sellers out there. I feel it is really important to make you the most educated, empowered consumer out there in the marketplace. The more information you have, the better it will be down the road for everybody. So if there are any other videos that you would like to have featured here on my YouTube, please let me know. I'd love to answer all of the most frequently asked questions, and happy home buying and selling in North Carolina. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Thank you.